We are moving on to addition and subtraction of numbers in standard form. Alright, so we're going to be using an example to explain how we add subtract numbers in standard form. So the question is saying simplify the following. On part A, we've got 2.4 times 10 to the power of negative 3 plus 4.7 times 10 to the power of negative 3. On part B, we've got 1.6 times 10 to the power of 5 minus 6.4 times 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so let's go on to the solution. We're starting with part A, and I'm going to write down part A, 2.4 times 10 to the power of negative 3 plus 4.7 times 10 to the power of negative 3 again. Alright, so the method that we want to use here is that of factoring out. So if you look at these two numbers in standard form, 2.4 times 10 to the power negative 3 and 4.7 times 10 to the power negative 3, you can see that we've got a common factor, and our common factor here is 10 to the power of negative 3, right? And if we divide 10 to the power of negative 3 into this number here, then we're going to be left with 2.4, because 10 to the power negative 3 will cancel out with 10 to the power of negative 3, and we'll be left with only 2.4, right? And if we divide 10 to the power of negative 3 into this number here, 10 to the power negative 3 will cancel out with 10 to the power negative 3, so that we are left with 4.7, right? So that will be plus 4.7. Now if we simplify the numbers within the bracket, 2.4 plus 4.7, then we'll be getting 7.1. And writing this product in standard form, that will be 7.1 times 10 to the power of negative 3, and that's the answer to part A. So that's how we can add those numbers there. Let's move on to part B, still using that method of factoring out. We have 1.6 times 10 to the power of 5 minus 6.4 times 10 to the power of 4. Right, so here with the two numbers in standard form, the common factor I'm seeing here is, since we have got 10 to the power of 5 here and 10 to the power of 4 here, the highest common factor will be 10 to the power of 4. That is the highest common factor for those two numbers in standard form. So if we divide 10 to the power of 4 into this number here, then what we'll be getting is 10 to the power of 4 will divide into 10 to the power of 5, and we are left with 10 to the power of 1 and 1.6. So we'll be getting 1.6 times 10 to the power of 1, right? And again we divide 10.4 into this number here, and we'll be only left with minus 6.4. So simplifying what's within the bracket, we'll be having 1.6 times 10 to the power of 1 gives us 16, so it's 16 minus 6.4, and that will be 16 minus that 6.4, we get 9.6, and in standard form that will come out as 9.6 times 10 to the power of 4, and that is the answer now to part B. So this is how we add and subtract numbers in standard form when it's involving factoring out. But sometimes it may not be so easy to factor out. You may look at this example and we want to use another method for adding numbers in standard form. We've got 8.2 times 10 to the power negative 2 plus 3.2 times 10 to the power of negative 3. So what we can do here is we can first convert the numbers to ordinary form. So we have here our sum, 8.2 times 10 to the power negative 2 plus 3.2 times 10 to the power of negative 3, and I'm going to convert both numbers to ordinary form. Alright, so we get 0.082 for 8.2 times 10 to the power negative 2 in ordinary form, and for 3.2 times 10 to the power of negative 3 it becomes 0.0032. We talked about how we convert from standard form to ordinary form before. and adding these numbers in ordinary form, we get 0.0852. And now we can then convert this number back to standard form, because our solution is required in standard form. So to restore it to standard form, then we'll be moving our decimal point 2 times to the right, so that we'll be having 8.5, our decimal point here. So we'll be having 8.5 times 10 to the power of -2. To restore the decimal point back, that will be power -2, and this becomes the solution right there, 8.52 times 10 to the power -2. So here we are adding by first converting the two numbers in standard form to ordinary form, and then converting it back to standard form.